In today's West Ham transfer news show, I will be discussing 5 players who could potentially make a January transfer move to West Ham United. Hope you are all well. Yes, this is the West Ham transfer news show right here on West Ham Unofficial, where I will be keeping you up to date as frequently as possible on West Ham's transfer activity this month. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, drop a like on it, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial, check out our channel sponsors SRM Carver & Son by clicking the link in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get on with it then. So 5 players to discuss. Some new names and some old recycled names, I suppose you could say. But we're going to start with a new name, which caught me by surprise yesterday when I saw this. So it's about Aston Villa winger Anwar El Ghazi. Now, I'm going to ask Josh about this next time we get him on the Premier League Roundup show, but Anwar El Ghazi and West Ham like the idea of signing Anwar El Ghazi, according to the Mail Sport. Now, yeah, it could just be paper talk for Mail Sport, who knows, but I find it hard to believe, because I believe if we're going to sign an attacking midfielder / winger, the only one we're going to sign is Lingard. If it's not Lingard, I think it's no one. I think if it's Lingard, then there's less chance we're going to sign a striker. If it's not Lingard, I think there's more chance of us signing a striker. I don't see us signing another Lingard player if we don't bring Lingard in, if that makes sense, because we've already got Vlasic there, and I just find this hard to believe. I mean, let's see how old is El Ghazi, because this is key. So he's Dutch. He's played for some decent size. He's 26 years old. I think he's got a pretty hot head on him, to be honest. He gets sent off quite a lot, but he joined Aston Villa in 2019 after playing for Ajax and Lille. I just don't see it, to be honest with you. I don't. But moving on. Let's talk about Jesse Lingard, shall we? Now, I had this all planned out to talk about a report that came out that we are working on a deal. But then I wake up this morning to find out the news that the Daily Mirror are reporting that Jesse Lingard is now finally ready to leave Manchester United and complete a move to West Ham. It seems David Moyes will finally be able to land his main man. I don't really agree with that last sentence, because I don't think Jesse Lingard is David Moyes' main man. He's not his main priority. His main priority, I'm sure, should be a centre-back and a left-back and a striker, really, because we've got plenty of attacking players, especially, obviously, now we've got Nikola Vlasic there. He scored his first goal for the club, and I think the only way's up for him now. But yeah, if this happens, I think it's going to get mixed thoughts. Of course, we all want Jesse Lingard back, but is this now going to halt the careers of the likes of Manuel Lanzini, who are undroppable at the moment, Nikola Vlasic, who's starting to find and grasp a little bit of form? Jesse Lingard coming in, that could wipe out any chance of those two progressing, really, which isn't a bad thing. I like competition, but it might be a bad thing in a way. I'd be down for signing him as long as we get a striker. If it's Lingard or a striker, an out striker, I'm picking a striker. I'm sorry, every day of the week. But if we can get him and a striker, a centre back and a left back, I'll be buzzing. It won't happen, but other sources, however, are reporting that Lingard to West Ham may be another loan deal, but this time with a buy option. This is where Man United could be smart, because if they could convince Lingard to sign for an extra year, a 1-year contract extension at West Ham, at Man United, then loan him back to West Ham with an option to buy, and then evidently get a fee for Lingard at the end of that, because he's still their player and he won't just run the contract down. That's what a couple of sources have been debating on whether that could happen. Don't rule another loan deal out. Don't rule that out at all, I don't think, because that could very possibly happen. But it's just a waiting game and seeing how it happens, because there's more to come with this Lingard story, of course there is. But moving on, I'm going to talk about Ben Brereton Diaz. I think that's how you say his name. So West Ham are keeping an eye on Blackburn forward Ben Brereton Diaz. This isn't the main priority, however. David Moyes also wants at least a left-footed centre-back and a left-back, according to Standard Sport. He looks the mustard, to be honest with you, in the Championship. We've had good success with players under David Moyes coming through from the Championship. Jarrod Bowen, very, very good, banging in the goals for Hull in the Championship a few years ago. David Moyes brought him in, and he's doing really well for us. Could that be the same with this guy? Probably not, because Blackburn are saying that they wouldn't let him go. He is not for sale. But you never know. If we put a £25 million bid on the table, you never know what happens. But I'd highly doubt this transfer to go ahead. One transfer I'd really like to go ahead is the next one. It's a left back. I've been calling for a left back at this football club. Luca Digne. West Ham are one of a number of Premier League clubs interested in signing Everton left back Luca Digne. Luca Digne has fallen out of favour and has had a falling out with Rafa Benitez, and consequently Everton have already brought in a supposed replacement for the French fullback. So it does look like Luca Digne, or Luca Digne, however you want to say it, is going out the door and is leaving the blue side of Merseyside. Where he's going to go, whether it's the Premier League or abroad, I hope it's the Premier League, and I hope he makes the trip down to London, East London specifically, and comes to West Ham. A very, very good player. Personally, I would be all over this deal. Let's get this done. Let's see what they want. He can defend, which is always a positive, which David Moyes loves, and he is good offensively, putting good balls into the box, similar to Cresswell. He would be a good long-term replacement with him aged 28 compared to Cresswell's 32, so he's got 4 years on Cresswell, and he can also provide very good competition for this left-back spot when both of them are fit. Get this deal done. I don't know what Everton want, but we need to inquire, because this man's going to be highly requested from clubs in the Premier League. So let's just put the feelers out and see what's going on with that guy. But I did a transfer show yesterday, a live one, the first transfer show on West Ham Unofficial, and we talked about Gabriel Barbosa, the striker. Now there's been a bit more, I'm not going to go through the whole situation again, because you can watch the show yesterday if you like. Great show. We had Anton, Luke, Andy. Fantastic show. You can find that out on the channel. But we talked about this guy, talked about Gabriel Barbosa, and there's been a bit of, what's the word? Development, that's the word. So Gabriel Barbosa, a bit of development in the past hours. So this was on the Transfer Talk show with Carve Solico and those and the Darmesh Seth, and they said Gabriel Barbosa, a bit of development in the past hour. Actually, I spoke to a contract who tells me that Gabriel Barbosa has told Flamengo officials, that's his club, Flamengo, that if a suitable offer comes in from England, then he would like the opportunity to speak to that club. A little bit more on what West Ham's potential proposal would be on an 18-month loan with an option to buy for around 30 million, million euros, 25 million pounds. Now we say option, but it would almost turn into an obligation to buy, because the option would be based on appearances and goals, and if he meets those, the option would become an obligation. Barbosa make no mistake about it, he is determined to make that move. Sorry about that, I had a bit of trouble reading that, but the last bit's crucial for me. Barbosa, make no mistake about it, he is determined to make that move. Get it done, West Ham. Here's some of his stats. I know it's a different league, but he hasn't dipped below 20 goals for the last 4 years in his club league. Get the deal done, I say. £25 million on a loan deal. They have said that a loan deal is not what they want. They want money, hard money on the table now, but. Negotiations, we never know. I think not many people know about him, but I mean, look at his stats. So I suppose you could say Sebastian Haller had decent stats when he came, and it didn't work out for him. But if David Moyes wants him, go and get him. There we go. That wraps up today's West Ham transfer news show, as we look at 5 players that could possibly come to West Ham in a January transfer move. We've talked about Anwar El Ghazi, Jesse Lingard, Ben Brenton Diaz, Luca Digne, and Gabriel Barbosa. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to West Ham Official. Subscribe if you haven't already, that's the key. And I will catch you very, very soon for another video. Of course, we've got FA Cup action over the weekend, so we will have preview stuff for that. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Come on, your irons, and bye-bye.